Are you not concerned at all about Corbyn's new party?
I think it's great. Let Jezbollah do what Jezbollah is going to do.
What if they become popular?
Well, they are competing. So Labour and Jezbollah are competing for the same pool of votes. That is for sure. And they are going to make it more likely that we get the kind of government that
they're splitting the vote.
But their vote is splittable. Their vote is splittable because Farage doesn't share my Labour Party and Jezbollah are chasing the same votes. Farage isn't chasing my votes. Farage is going after the Labour vote. The Conservative Party is going after the Liberal Democrat vote.
Because they think they've got all of us.
Well, they haven't, though. They've left the majority behind.
Yeah, but we've got no one else to vote for, but now we've got you. So in that sense, there is a slight split. There is a bit of a splitting.
Well, no, but the Conservative Party is the uniparty. They're part of that international order. You know, that's why the nation has seen the Conservative Party to be basically the same as the Labour Party. Different shade, but it's the same principles. That's why we say it's the uniparty. And Farage is moving in that direction. And so there is no splitting of the vote because none of them are saying what we believe in. Jezbollah and Labour are chasing the same vote. They're chasing the same ideology. Everyone is chasing that vote. We're not splitting any damn vote. We are going to represent the majority view, the 17.4 million people.
Have you had a private chat with Farage about this? How's your relationship with him?
Well, it's not good.
Is it frosty?
I haven't had any conversation. I haven't had a conversation with Farage since before he became leader of Reform. I haven't even spoken to him since he took over as leader. And remember, when he took over as leader, I was deputy leader. And I didn't speak to him once in my deputy leadership period.
And so is your implication, you do feel that he's very much sort of just a lone figure being his own thing?
Farage, even reformers say this. Farage is reform, reform is Farage. And I say they're right.
Do you know what actually happened with Rupert Lowe? There were these accusations of bullying or something, and then that was it.
Well, it's all nonsense, isn't it? I mean, it was all trumped up. And this is another thing. They use lawfare. The very lawfare that they should be seeking to prohibit, or at least culturally remove from day-to-day use, they used against Rupert Lowe. Their use of made a trumped-up police charge complaint against Rupert, suggesting that Rupert wanted to kill him or something, or threatened him physically. He made that complaint 3 months apparently after the threat had been made. He was so worried about the threat that he waited for 3 months before telling the police. And then there were charges of bullying, and it was all trumped up. I knew that at the time. And so that's what I'm saying about reform. At every level, it just doesn't deliver.
Yeah. Do you think you might align now with Rupert Lowe? Is he going to be part of Advance?
Rupert Lowe and I share very many of the same views. We believe there has to be a repealing of just about every single law since Tony Blair came to office. That has to happen before we do any more reforms. We believe in a much stronger version of the not stronger version. We believe in the United Kingdom. We believe in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So we're philosophically much closer to each other than either of us are.
Will there be an alliance? Because is it Restore?
Restore Britain. But that's a movement. It's not a political party.
So he could then be
He could do whatever he wants. He's most welcome to join the minute he wants to join.
Interesting. What do you think there is any way of, one of the issues we're talking about immigration, one of the things that everyone's thinking is really Islam, right? Is there a way to integrate Islam into our society? Can there be a kind of Islam that is compatible with us?
Okay, so the first thing I'd like to say is that I'd much rather reacquaint ourselves with our Christian cultural and constitutional roots and make policies based on that rather than policies aimed to target Islam. I think that would be counterproductive. I want to champion Christianity through our system and the kind of secular governance that we had, as opposed to the kind of sectarianism now that is now kind of infected the United Kingdom. So that's the overarching thing. But I did a debate at the Oxford Union in which you only get 9 minutes, so you can't really talk about Islam in the broadest possible sense. The motion was that Islam is incompatible with democracy. And in 9 minutes, it's a very limited number of arguments you can make. But the central tenet of my argument, which I'll repeat here, is that Islam, its holy book, the Quran, is the word of God, as dictated to Prophet Muhammad through the angel Gabriel. And it is being the word of God, it's perfect. And because it's perfect, it's incapable of improvement. And therefore, even though there have been periods of enlightenment in Islam, with Islam over the last 1,500 years, it tends back to fundamentalism because you're not really allowed to debate Islam. You're not really allowed to challenge it. That's why you get all these people like Tariq Ali wanting the Abrahamic laws to be protected. He wants legislation to protect the Abrahamic laws. What he means is he wants legislation to protect Islam. Yeah. He doesn't want Islam challenged because it's an affront to a Muslim to have the Quran challenged because that's the word of God. You know, how could you challenge the word of God?
91% watching Heretics clips are not subscribed. Quick favor, hit subscribe. Free, takes 2 seconds, and helps us question everything together.